Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Yeah, how you guys doing today? Um, how was your week?
It was fine. Thank you. I was yours too.
Yeah, mine was okay. It was just there. Um, so based on what we learned last Saturday, how many people were able to like do something with it, like put it into practice? What did you do to take yourself a step closer to building like a brand for yourself? I did see a couple of posts. I saw some from LinkedIn. I saw most from Twitter. So I would like to put a face to those names. So who tried something, you know, or who tried what Anita told us about in the last section? No one. Okay, so just remember that for you to be able to maximize this class, being able to put in practice anything you learn, we're not doing the classes back to back. We're doing it every Saturday. So at least you have like 6, 7 days to practicalize. The more you do something, the more it becomes a part of you. So we're supposed to have our induction, I think 2 Saturdays ago, but I wasn't able to give you that induction. So I want to go through it. We'll go through it for 45 minutes. We'll have 15 minutes break. Then we'll go to data processing. Then we'll have just for 45 minutes, and then we'll have question and answer, 15 minutes, and we call it a day. So once again, I'm the host. You know me as Faith Ojuma. But then some people may know me officially as Onyeka Chukwu Ojuma. I want to tell you why this program came about, why I sat down and then discussed with my friends as to why we needed to do something like this for early career, um, young people in data profession, what to expect from us in this journey, what we expect from you. And we'll talk about the data journey. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. The tools and technology we'll be dealing with, the books I recommend, real world application, and then success stories from guest mentors. So I always start with, I don't know if you follow me on LinkedIn. I always tell people that tech is not about passion. I hear people saying, oh, many people are in tech because of the money. I'm like, that's the foundation. So it's okay if you're not big on statistics, you're not big on writing codes, and it's not something you're crazy about. It's fine. Tech is a tool. That's what I posted on my LinkedIn. It's just a tool where you can take it and apply it to your passion. So, for example, if I'm passionate about music. I will take tech, whatever form of tech I want to do, whether I want to do the design part of tech or the coding part of tech or the analytical part of tech. Take tech and apply it to music. We have audio analytics in data field. You get. We have product design that they only work on music, display, and all those things. So it's knowing what you like and then taking technical skills to make it better, to give yourself that edge. So if you are in operations, for example, probably you're in banking operations, it's not saying that, oh, you have to completely leave banking operations to go and do something different. It's taking whatever you're going to learn in this journey, technical skills, and saying, okay, I have the domain knowledge as to how to do bank operations or how to do fashion design or how to do social media marketing. How do I now apply this technical skill to stand out? Because many people want your job. Many people want the job that you want. So for you to keep being valuable, you must keep acquiring new skills into your domain knowledge to brand yourself as an expert in that field. So I tell new people, don't worry if you don't have to be passionate. Just while you're learning it, your encouragement should be, I'm learning this thing so that I can be better in what I'm really passionate about. You get. If you have any question or contribution, just put it in the chat. This is going to be very fast because it's just induction, but I see it as important because journey, when it comes to doing something new that you're not used to normally, it's all about your mindset. You get. So like I said before, nothing is a waste. So if you're in what people call transitioning from a non-technical background, maybe you're a lawyer and you say, okay, I want to start doing data related things, your law knowledge is not going to be wasted. You're going to bring it in. There's data governance, there's people are doing big tech in law firms, you get, and it will give you an edge because if, for example, someone like me that does not even have any law background is applying for a job in, like, I don't know, the big law firms we have in the country or anything, they will prioritize you and you have both the domain knowledge and you also have the technical expertise over me. That's really coming, maybe I'm coming from finance, but I have the technical expertise. So don't feel like, oh, my 4 years career is a waste. It's never a waste. You just have to find a way to merge whatever you're going to be learning in the next 7 months with what you've been doing so far. Um, so uh, when it comes to this program, the initial um, thoughts behind this was that when I started my career in data, I didn't even have the privilege of having any other working experience before going into data, to be honest, apart from what you do in IT. I was fresh graduate. I got into graduate training program in banks. And no, I mean, I think they're open now again. I think FCMB, Access Bank, they tend to open this time, and then you get to resume around March, April. So it was around this time I applied to Sterling Bank that, oh, graduate training. And because during my final year, my CWES, or not CWES, something they call it, was about data mining techniques. I was like, okay, this is something I know. I don't know treasury. I never liked finance as such. I don't know what else. Different things I didn't really know them. Credit risks I didn't know, so I didn't choose those departments. I chose data, and the first day I had to deal with data, I didn't even know the difference between data science and data engineering. It was very, very. I was super confused, and there was no chat GPT or anything. It's what people tell you. So no matter how much they tried to explain, I was still confused. You get, that time we had to go and learn Power BI. Power BI was like a very big thing there. It was a very challenging period for me. So it took me a long time for me to like get, like, about maybe 2 years for me to like get my bearing and say, okay, this is my direction. So I really wish there was something like this for me, whereby I have like group of people taking the journey with me, whereby I have someone I could reach out to and ask for help or something. So I was like, when I got stable, when I got to a point by, okay, I think I now know what I'm doing. That was the first thing that came to my mind. I don't want people to have to take this journey, this data journey, as confused, as depressed, as frustrated as I was. It's not like it's going to be easy, just that there's so many things out there, and this program is just to guide you, to show you the possibilities, and also show you how do I put it, the pathway. You get, like, oh, there are I don't know, there's so many languages. I'm doing my master's in AI, and I'm learning language that I didn't even know existed. Prolog, PDDL, crazy things. But just knowing what is relevant, and knowing that you have people that can take that journey with you. You get, where you don't feel lonely. One of the reasons why many young people tend to give up in their journey is loneliness, whereby it's just you. Especially when you're doing something, maybe you're a receptionist, or doing something totally different in your profession, then you're also learning data. So just that loneliness could actually discourage you. So this is more than just me, it's you guys. There will be a lot of group projects. So being in groups talking to people, opportunities to be flying around. If you have opportunities in your workplace, you've been in group with someone and oh, this person is capable, recommend the person you get. So it's just I think that's the main idea. And also, in my previous cohort, I did it all alone. So I was like, that was a learning point for me. I don't want my knowledge to be the only knowledge because you'll be limited to just me. I want you to see and meet other experts, people that have actually like really focused on this thing. Like the person coming for NLP, he has published papers on NLP. Is that good? That's his main focus. So someone that is an expert able to explain it to you the way you are going to understand. And then again, if you're already working as a data person, if you're working in a data team and you're still like early in your career, there's still this struggle trying to find your place. Having this program could actually like give you the speed you get. Your conversations will be different, give you the speed to actually meet up and supersede your mates and actually break free from even your workplace. Like let people know you in and out of your workplace as a data expert. It gives you that edge you get. It makes people know that you can everybody is replaceable, but you can't be easily replaced, if you understand what I mean. So what to expect? I have sent in, I hope I'm not moving too fast, but I have sent in the schedule, different things. We're going to be touching different things. There's going to be a lot of practicals, and we're going to do a lot of hands-on experience, practicals, real life data, not just superficial data. So data that relates to your field, like if you're in health, or we're exposed to health data, if you're in agri data, financial data, so that it will be easier for you, one, and then you will know how to transfer the technical skills to where you are currently. What do we expect from you? It seems that we expect more from you, but of course, active engagement. When the silence is too much, it's too much. Your assignments, your project, try to complete it so you don't end up wasting your Saturday that's supposed to be doing maybe sleeping or doing something, and then you're not able to like show um your results at the end of the day. Try to at the end of every Saturday, try to assess yourself, or maybe at the end of every 2 weeks, this 1 hour, 2 hours I'm giving to this program, what has changed in my approach? What has changed in my career? Attendance is compulsory. This Google Meet marks attendance. Everybody's email is being marked. So if in 3 times your email is not registered, it flags you out for me. And I have to like take action to remove you or send you a mail to understand what is going on. You get social media is essential. Like Anita said about branding, you must be able to tell your story. You get everybody can do what you can do. Many people know Python more than you. Many people know SQL more than you. But being able to position yourself as a data person, and you even go further to say, oh, I'm an else data scientist. You get, so you position yourself in that need, or oh, I'm an agri data engineer or whatever. You position yourself in that need. So social media is going to be a key player in this. I want to see your posts. I want to see you telling your stories. Whatever you've learned, I want to see it. There will be there will be group ranking too. So there'll be a group of 4 for everyone. The group will be sent once we get to that level. There will be group projects. Expect that a lot, because another thing you'll be learning is teamwork. It's not just technical skill, but knowing how to work with different personalities to achieve a certain goal. And there'll be group ranking. If your group keeps carrying last, well, I don't know. It just feels that there's no collaboration there. So try to be a team player, also try to be a team leader. That makes sense. Um, the first time we'll be talking to you about things, It's okay for you not to understand whatever I'm saying. I attend classes, so like I said, I'm doing my MSc, and sometimes whenever they bring the concept at first, it's always very confusing. It's normal. There's no boy that when encountering something, your brain is designed to resist new things. I don't know if I can find like the paper to back that up, but the first time your brain encounters something, it wants to say no, and it's okay. You just have to keep showing up. That's what I keep telling people. Just keep showing up. My master's program, the first time I attended the AI planning, I didn't understand the language. But for me, I'm always like, I need to get different perspective because it's not as if the lecturer is bad, but just that you sometimes you want to hear from three, four, five, six other people, and you may not eventually find one person that will be able to explain to you in a way that your brain will be like, so this is what it's about. You finally find the secret behind what was looking very big in your eyes. So YouTube will be your friend. Um, get different perspective. If I introduce something and you don't understand, don't beat yourself up that, oh no, no, it's fine. Everybody goes through that. Just after the class, rest first. The next day, listen to the recording. If you still don't understand, go to YouTube, look for different people. Some people's brain can stay 45 minutes long videos. So you can look for someone that maybe does that explains in 10 minutes. You get so 10 minutes, what is this thing all about? 10 minutes, what when you keep doing that for the next 4 5 days, your brain will be able to adjust. You could my own way of learning when a new concept is that first of all, I just listen to you. I don't even try to learn. I just listen to you like I feel I'm maybe listening to a movie or watching a movie. For the first 2 days, I'm just listening. I'm trying to introduce my brain to something new. The next 4 days, maybe the third day, I'm doing practical with you. As you do A, I'm doing A. I'm watching a recording. You said data is this. I'm going to my own place to my own code and write, oh, this, you get. Then gradually I start practicalizing. And then maybe by the seventh day, I can do it without needing your support. So this first day you hear a concept, just listen. Don't even if it's very strange, it looks like a foreign language to you, don't stress yourself out. Just listen. Let your brain start realizing that you're about to introduce something new to it. The first 2 days, listen to the recording. Maybe when you are washing plates or cooking or sweeping, or maybe you are free at work, just listen. Then the third day, you can now start line by line as the person is coding, you're also coding. Like that, eventually your brain will start seeing like a regular thing. But then again, if you have a system that already works for you, you can go. And some people are visual learners, some people are practical kind of learners. So just knowing what works for you. But this is what works for me. That's what I'm actually telling you guys about it. So so far so good. Do we have any question? Do we have any questions? So far so good. Okay, okay. 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 So now let's talk about am I still having okay. Okay. So now oh let's talk about let's have a casual, like I said, conversation for those that don't even I want to assume that you don't even know what data is. So let's just have a casual conversation as to the ecosystem. How do we all collaborate as data professionals, you get, in this whole ecosystem? So let's say you work at let's say a startup. Is there something called like a big startup? Because normal startup, you'll be the one doing everything. But let's say you work OpenAI is a startup, right? But let's just say you work at a company and the CEO wakes up and says, "Oh, um, I would like to know how much I'm even making self. I would like to know about my customers. How much am I making? So I can know new opportunities for me to grow or new opportunities for me to expand my business. What do you do as data professional?" So first of all, the first person that will go and discuss with him is the business analyst. Person will go and meet the CEO. That CEO, okay, you say you want to know about your company, right? Okay, I'll write that down. He wants to know more about his customers. He wants to know how much he's making. So yeah, transactions. Okay, if it's a financial startup of maybe a microfinance bank like Kuda. Oh, how much is going in? He wants to know, am I losing money? Um, he wants to know how much is losing. He wants to know, are customers living in at what rate are they living at what rate compared to what rate are they coming in? The business analyst will write. So she does what they call the in business requirement document, the PDR. No, it's BRD. Who has heard of BRD before? Who has heard or seen a BRD before? No one. Who works in like a
Sorry,
financial
sorry.
institution?
Let me understand. What do you mean by BROD? I don't
Business
really.
requirement documents.
Okay, okay. I've seen one before. Yeah,
You've seen one, right? Yeah.
yeah.
That document is more or less like writing the request of the business. So most times it's the business analyst. So these people that don't know, it's nothing special, but you can browse it. It's just it's writing whatever the stakeholder wants. You just write it there. Oh, they want to know the transaction, they want to know how much they are losing, they want to know how much they are making, and then you assign they call this thing the timeline. So it's like a project document. That's what I would call it for those that don't understand BRG. It's a project document. They put the project name. Maybe they say customer analysis. That's the project name. They put what do they want to see? Or what do they want to know? Say one, they want to know the rate of customer coming versus the rate of customer going. They want to know how many customers they have. They want to know the age brackets. I mean, like they want to know demographic information about their customers. They want to know where their customers spend money most in terms of the company. Maybe the company have different products. They want to know that. They want to be able to predict. They want to see in the foreseeable future how would their customers behave in terms of their money. Will their customers buy more? Will they buy less? Based on constant economic factor, because things can, especially in Nigeria, things change a lot. So, but just say if everything is constant, how would their customers be behaving? They want to know are they gaining more younger, like are they gaining more of younger customers? Because if you have a business and um you have um if you have a business, for example, and what will make that business stable is having, let me explain it well for you. The sustainability of a business is its ability to attract younger customers. So if all in your business the minimum age is 40 years and you're not having like a 35-year-old 30 years coming in to take over from that 40 years, you might end up dying. Is there any economist that can explain that concept to me? So if you have a bank, for example, like a first bank, for example, and you don't have product that younger customers are adopting, at the end of the day, the business might not outlive you. Who is confused?
I think I understand what you're saying, but you don't have the right words to put it. I
Yeah.
get it. The longevity of a product. right?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Carry on. I get what you are saying. You're just trying to use terms that we are familiar with to
Yes.
say product dying or something like that. It's okay. We get you.
You guys understand, right? So
Yeah.
sometimes the business needs to check that they are having younger populations coming in. If you're having younger population leaving your business more, that means you will soon die if you're not careful. There was a time, oh, there was a time in the company I worked that we noticed that people within the age 18 to 25, where once they use our products once, they leave. That was a big concern because if that keeps happening over the years, it means that we won't have younger population and then we could die out or we stop performing well. Don't worry, you guys should understand as we go ahead. So once the person has gotten that document as to what the business wants to know, what they want to see, what or the information they want to gather, the business analyst will go and meet if there's a chief data officer, that's the head of data team. The person will go and meet, okay, this is what the business wants to know. How many people in your team can you give me or can you allocate? Because sometimes in the data team there could be 3 data engineers, 4 data scientists, 3 data governors. No, if you are working in like standard company, you get, I'll need you to allocate, we need 4 people for this project. And the business analyst and the data officer will discuss as to how can they maximize resources. Oh, this person is already working on this project. The person may not be able to combine 2 things. So once they've agreed that, okay, oh, these are the people we need from your team to get this project started, the first person that will go and look for the data and bring it to where other data professionals can access it is the data engineer. Hope you guys understand. Sometimes what they need in terms of customer data, so the data engineer will take that requirement document. I'm trying to explain the journey to you. That requirement document, that, oh, customer information, customer transaction, customer leaving the bank, customer staying in the bank, active there, all those things about the business. The person will look at data that can speak to it. So if we say customer demographic, what do we want? We want age, we want the name, we want what else? Maybe the customer location, especially for like an Uber where they store location data a lot. They may want that. So different things. And here we go and talk to the database manager that, oh, in your existing database, the one tied to this app, what do you have? If you're confused, raise your hand. I want to carry everyone along. If you're confused, raise your hand. Okay, Temi has raised his hand. Okay, all right. Let's go back. A business, um, XYZ business wants to know how they are performing in terms of number of customers they have, how their customers spend money with them, how much they've made from their customers, and also if they are losing customers. That's their requirements. So let's write it down because this is like the basic thing. So let's write. You will see the chart. So you have business. You can see the chart. Is business AYZ wants to know. Let's assume that this business is an should we say an e-commerce or bank? Which one would be easier for you guys to understand? Would you understand an e-commerce better if I use that, or would you understand a bank better? Bank, okay. Let's say we have a bank, AZY, and the CEO comes. The CEO says, "I want to know about my customers and how they are performing, how they are performing, and how they are performing. That's what the CEO said. He's not saying anything more than that. So then it is the business analyst would take that and say, okay, what what does this require? Not CEO, they're very busy, they don't need to talk too much. What does this entail? If you want to know about your customer, what do you want to know about? I want to know, first of all, their age group. I want to know their age group. I want to know their location. I want to know their location. I want to know which branch of the bank they use the most. If they do more virtual banking or if they do branch banking. Like if they go on site, they go to the branch, do their transaction. I want to know how much they spend. So transaction in terms of in what they call debits, in terms of that's debit transaction. I also would like to know this one now is the business analyst that is breaking down. The CEO has said his own, he has said his own, he has gone. CEO has said his own, he's not going to say more than that. Is this business analyst that will now go and start breaking it down, breaking this request that you have said that, oh, I just want to know my customers and how they are performing. That's all the CEO will say. He's not to say more than that. Then this business person will now go and start creating a document that will break all of these things, that will break his request into things that will make sense to the data people. You understand? So now he wants to know credit transactions, how much they're bringing in. That debit transaction could be debit transaction to which competitor? Are they taking money from my bank and sending to someone that's in First Bank more? Or is it going to GTB Bank more? So it could be destination bank, destination bank for debit transactions. Like you said, he wants to know its performance, tra- transactions. What else? What else? If you want to know how your customers are performing, what else will you look out for? Who can take a wide guess? What else will you look out for if you want to know how your customers are performing? What else
You
will you
can
want?
look at you can
Okay,
look at the foreign currencies they transact.
yes,
Do they
currency. Okay,
naira? Do they transact naira, euros, pounds, and all of that?
okay. What else will you look out for? Thank you.
You can also look out for the type of account they are using, maybe it's current or it's
Mhm.
saving to help you navigate where the problem is.
Okay. What else? Thank you so much, Yusuf. What else would they look out for? What else are we going to look out for? This is the requirement.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
uh,
listening, Paul.
yeah. You might also want to look out for the kind of transactions they do more frequently. Like probably they do more of withdrawals than transfers.
Okay, exactly. That's like the count of transaction in both ends. Are they doing more of thank you kind of transactions they do more? Are they doing more? Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. What else do you want to know? We want to know loan. You may want to know loan, right? You want to know how many of your customers are taking loan, right? Although that could be a different project entirely, though, like risk analysis. But you may also want to know, like generally, how much loan does an average customer take and in what age bracket? I believe someone that is within the age 30 to 45 would take more loans than someone that is within the age 18 to 25. But then again, with this iPhone 15 and all those things that are coming in, most younger people are now beginning to take more loans. But I think normally because of family responsibilities, in based on domain knowledge, people within that age will take, we want because of businesses and all those things, we want to take more loans. But knowing that, so knowing like their loan, if they're taking credit about loan, and the kind of loan they take to kind of loan, maybe they use credit card or they take startup loans or what type of loan is performing in terms of customers. So let's just say you have all these plenty things. Let me put it down now. If you check the charts, you can see how plenty it is. There are more things too you can know about your customers, but let's not dwell there because we still need to cover the entire journey. This business analyst will go and meet the chief data officer and give him this long thing, this all like requirement to be a document, like a proper. If I can show you a document, I will show you. Maybe when we go on break, I'll look for a document that is similar, a proper document that will put all these things down. First of all, when the person creates the document, person will go and show the CEO first for the CEO to approve. You will see the signature. This when the CEO has approved that document, okay, these are the requirements. This is what he also wants to see. You get this business person is going to running up and down. We're going to make the chief data officer that, okay, CEO has said that this is what he wants to see. What resources in terms of human power do we need? You need a data engineer because you need someone to bring the data or look for the data wherever it is. Because sometimes these things are scattered. There is something they call core banking app. Core banking. I don't know who is in banking here. That's the platform that your transaction hits. So when they call it T24 in Sterling Bank, when it's down, you can't do inward or outward. You can't send, you can't receive money. Customers start sending out messages up and down. So that's like the database, the central database or central. I don't know if I'm using the right word, so I don't confuse people. But that's where the central database for all customer information and transactions and all those, that's where it says. So apps, so each app, so some banks they have their own apps, so they also have their own database. I hope when I say database, I'm not confusing people. But there's somewhere the data is being stored. When I say database, or I don't want to confuse people, but something stores your information, allows you to retrieve and send information. That thing that is being stored, each app will have their own. Then there'll be a central one for every customer in the bank and all transactions in the bank and all those things. I don't want to confuse anybody, but if you are confused, please let me know. Data engineer will go and discuss with the people that are managing that main DB. Usually the IT team that are managing it, because some companies separate data team from IT team. Data engineer will now go and meet the IT team, the CEO. We've gotten a request from the CEO. I need to know. I need to know where this different data, the custom, where there's transaction data, I need to know where it is. Where there is demographic data, I need to know where it is. Where there is loan data, I need to know where it is. The database administrator will not tell him that, okay, what we'll do is that we can't give you access because some of them are very, very strict with access. What we'll do is that you have a data warehouse, right? Data warehouse is like I want to use a layman language because we're not there yet. It's still forward. So just listen. Don't stress yourself if you don't understand. But also you have a data warehouse, right? All we'll do is that we will transfer the data you need for this project to the data warehouse. So we will create, both of us will work together. I will give you the server name. Oh, now I'm confusing people. Okay, let's calm down. I'll give you the details for you to be able to log into this DB and extract the data that you need. But this information I'm going to give to you, once you've extracted, I will change it so as to protect the data. Some people will allow data engineers to always have access. Some people would say, okay, once you brought in your data, we've created the pipeline. That's all. Because who is further confused? If you understand a business analyst, raise your hand. If you understand what business analysts will do, because our job now is finished. You understand that part, right? Then now, I'm moving now to the data engineer, the person that will go and look for this data, because data is scattered. Don't forget what you see in cargo. That is not the way data is in real life. In real life, customer data will be with law team, legal team. Transaction will be with credit risks. It's scattered, it's in different places. And one thing that you're working in a big company, people usually have data in silos. And you need everything, if not, your reports will be wrong. You can see how important data engineering role is. That's the first person. So that if that role, if this data engineer gets it wrong, forget, every other person will get it wrong. Data science will predict rubbish. Data analyst will show rubbish. ML engineer will go and deploy rubbish. The person that must get it right to ensure that data is accurate, is correct, is feeding the right thing is data engineer. That's where the work starts from. And there's now more demand for data engineers. Oh, this is just the main thing we started to Chukwu. There's now more demand for data engineers because if data engineer does not find the complete data, take for example, if in one record it says we have 2,000 customers, and then in another record it says we have 3,000 customers, that means along the line, we've missed out on 1,000 customers. You know how that can impact the record and the business record. Imagine you go and tell your CEO, we only have 2,000 customers, so, but then when they check, you find out so they actually have 3,000, because 1,000 of them were maybe a different product, they were in silos, we're not able to bring them in. The data engineer must go and look for the source where every customer is registered. Like you cannot, that central DB for a bank, you cannot escape it. No matter the product you use in joining the bank, your record will be there. So once the data engineer goes to collect the data, he knows the location with data. Database administrator will work with him to create what we call a pipeline, because it cannot always be, it cannot always, you cannot always be sending SQL to the main. No, you can't do that. You will affect transactions. You need what they call like a data warehouse that will store data from different sources in one place. That's just basically what a data warehouse is, like a warehouse for different data. You bring all of them: customer data, transaction data, loan data, product data. You bring everything and put in data warehouse. Data engineer will write most times an SQL script. Sometimes use Azure Data Factory to connect. The DB could be Oracle DB. Some banks they use Oracle to connect to that DB. Don't worry, we'll see as we go along. We'll create a pipeline. So every time it could be a daily refresh or whatever refresh is scheduled, it will just run from where it's the source to data warehouse. The data warehouse that the data science will access. Data science will not go and start looking for Oracle DB. No, the data warehouse, that data warehouse gone that the data scientists will deal with. So data engineer will serve as the middleman between the data team and the IT team, people that build the database that is being used by the business, if you understand what I mean. So once the data has been collected, has been kept in the data warehouse, data is always coming in a very ugly form, like very terrible form. You will see someone's surname, you will not go and see 2 question marks or 3 question marks, or you will see someone's age, and when you calculate them, that person is 120 years. People entering data usually enter weird things, different things. So knowing how to properly clean that data in a way that it's not it will be usable for the data scientist or analytical engineer or data analyst is what the data engineer would do. But sometimes, even after cleaning or after putting it in the right format, because sometimes the data may be in the wrong format. If your data in your data warehouse, your data format is day, month, year, but in the core banking application, that's T24 or whatever. It's year, month, date. If you bring it in without changing it to the format of a data warehouse, it will be giving you a very wrong result. So all of those work of putting it in the right way is the data engineer. So once they brought it to the data warehouse and they put in like security measure, and that's where data governance will come in. Data governance will say, okay, I'm bringing in this data. What are the policies around this data? If, for example, you bring in a customer's email, but the customer has already filled in that, see, this email I'm giving you, don't use it to market any product to me. And that rule is there. If the end goal of that CEO's request is for marketing, that person's email should not be there. Customers have sued because of this thing. So when the data governor is to say, okay, for every step of the way in bringing in this data, what are the policies in place over this data? If you are bringing in a customer's age, is there something around it that says that you must not bring in this customer's age for a particular reason? So that process to the data governance is also working. So now data engineer and data governance, they will start working together to say that, okay, the data coming in is going to cause them problem in future. So once that part has been done, data scientists, it depends on the request. If the request is just this that we've posted, it's more of visualization and analysis. That's where this analytical engineer will come in, that data analysis part. If it's just to analyze it, the analytical engineer is like a middleman. It's like between data engineer and data analyst. What this analytical engineer does is that some things will need further calculation. That person will be very, very, very good in maths, very, very good in statistics. Some things may need like maybe average per product, some other additional things you get that may need to come in terms of creating new columns or rank. Don't worry if you don't understand. We will get there. This is a journey. I'm just trying to explain to you that this ecosystem is big. It's not only Power BI, it's very big. You can play different roles. You can even you can know it all and decide to focus on one thing. This engineer own is that if you've heard of it too, like that person that writes those very complex SQL scripts that saves them as tables, yes, is mainly what this person will be doing. So the person will take the already created tables in raw format, and the person could decide to create a table that is about average transaction per customer. That could be the table. Or a person could say, oh, top 3 products used by a customer. So to create additional, to make more statistical sense of the data beyond what data engineer has done is what this analytical engineer will do. Then when it's done, data analyst will not take it and might start doing the visualization bits and all of those things you get. But sometimes data analysts can do both. That's the truth. It depends on how big the company is. Some very, very big companies do not allow. Some will allow. So, but if they want to now do predictions, like they want to do either they want to do prediction, they want to do customer segmentation, they want to predict or they want to segment customers, they want to know high performing customers, middlemen, low performing customers to watch out for. Based on this information, they will not bring in a data scientist. So you as a data scientist will not take what everybody has done. You will not create what we call a model. So there are two main types of there's supervised and unsupervised. We'll talk about that later. Don't worry yourself. Just know the journey. You will take it. You will take it and you will take it and you will say, okay, what do you want to predict on? And people will say, oh, we want to predict that this customer that is performing like this, In the next 2 years, what should we expect from the customer? Also, some people predict revenue and they use that as a benchmark as per expected performance. And then they measure when they get to that year, like someone can decide to predict a customer performance for next year. Oh, this customer has given us 2 million naira. We pray that next year the customer will perform as per 4 million naira. So if the customer is not meeting up to that 4 million, they could try to mail the customer and say, we're just calling, some bank will just call, we're just calling to greet you, want to know how you are doing, if everything is all right. It's a lie. They've seen that you're not performing the way you are supposed to be performing based on what they predicted. But they want to like say, oh, to build like maybe better relationship with you, they'll call you that, oh, how you doing? You're our most valuable customer. We want to know if there's any way we can help you. Just to psych you that, oh, we're actually watching you. We think you can give us 4 million this year, but it's up here and yet we're still less than 1 million. What's happening? So the data science has built that model that says this person would based on historical data, this person would do this for us. So, and then nowadays, ML engineers and data science, they tend to do the same thing. But the main role of an ML engineer is that after the data person has built the model, the person that will now something they call deployment. And by that model you built, you put it, let's say the cloud, or you put it where it can be accessible to other applications. So for example, the data scientist writes a model on credit risks to know, okay, you know that loan you put collect, there's a model behind that tells them that yes, you're a good customer to give loans to. You know that there's a risk model behind it. Data scientists will write that model that based on your historical data and based on some information they've gotten, are you going to be a good customer to collect this loan? So if the data science has built that model finish, then someone needs to take that model from data science and put it in the cloud so they can use what they call an API. Don't worry if you are confused, we'll get them. They'll use that API and then the IT team will not take that API and integrate it in the app. So after when you get to that point of requesting for loan and it's trying to calculate how much you are entitled to based on your historical performance, once you click submit, it goes to call that model data scientist has built. You get, and you cannot call the model in the local laptop of data scientists. It needs to, that model has to be deployed on the cloud for it to be called. Person to do that work of deployment is the ML engineer. But nowadays, data scientists deploys now. They deploy models now. So sometimes the journey will not go to model. The journey will just stop at visualization. Some people have visualization experts. Those ones, they know design and they also know data. Like they've learned product design, they've learned color, they've learned different things, and they also know data too. Some companies have like, when you see their design, it's always mad. They have experts for that, but some companies don't. I mean, some companies is the data analyst that's also going to do that role of visualization. So you can see how long the journey is. I'm sure we have questions. Or who has questions? But that's the journey, Sha. Who has questions?
Thank you for your presentation. What I have is more of appreciating your time, and then, like you said, is a journey, and by now everybody is actually picking an area of interest where they would like to specialize.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I think that's what you explained today, that no one works in the whole area of the field. So some people will do the work of the engineers, and then some people the business analysts, and then some people the ML and all of that. So whoever picks up and continues will now channel his journey to a particular niche, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm taking home from your presentation today. Thank you.
Yeah. So if you have any question, put in the chat. But we'll go on a 10 minutes break now. So don't log out. Go and ease yourself, take a snack, biscuit, something. No, breathe. This is too much information. Even me that I even gave this, I'm even worried about if you understood it. But just know that it's a journey. It's a journey. Don't disturb yourself. It will start making sense as special guests start coming and they start talking like Okwe now. I don't know if you know Okwe. Okwe is an analytical engineer. He works now with GBT a lot. That's one tool that you're going to be using if you want to focus on that field. He will tell you his journey and why he is where he is. The person doing NLP is also an ML engineer. He will tell you his own journey. I'm a data scientist, but I also do ML ops, like that's the whole deployment thing. The person, Tina, is a data visualizer. She's a data analyst, but she does the data visualization a lot. She'll tell you her own journey too. Data engineer too, they're also coming. I think I have one from Microsoft. Temi is coming too. Of course, it's possible to combine data science and data engineering together. I combine two because there are some companies that they can't afford to hire two people for the role. And they will just hire you and then they'll pay you about, instead of two people, so they'll pay you about one and a half. So if they're supposed to spend 2M, they'll pay you 1.5 because they can't afford to hire two people. So of course it's possible to combine. It means that you'll be the end to end. I think for someone like me, because of how I struggle to find my place, I can do every other thing apart from data governance. I've not gone through compliance, but I've gone through all of them. I've gone to the old journey, so I can explain everything. I've seen everything. I know DBT very well. So, but I always like experts to come and tell people that they've been doing it, they do it every day. So it's possible to combine. Let's take a break. We'll be back by um 10 minutes to this time will be what? 11 what? Oh, 11:07. No, right? 7 minutes past 11, right? So yeah, take care.